am Liffy Joy and welcome to another planty video. We're in a different location today. I'm in studio, as you can probably tell from all the paintings. I'm sorry about the fact that it's kind of overexposed. I don't know what to do. I rearranged some paintings to try and like stop the overexposure, but yeah, I don't think this is going to be great. The problem is, and you'll see why this is a problem, my ceiling is plastic. So while that is great for plants and painting, are we skew now? I think we're skew now. Oh, that'll do. So while that is great for plants and painting, it's apparently not that great for filming. So sorry, but I didn't really want to repot at the dining room table, which is where I normally film, because this floor is tragic and I don't really mind getting soil on it. So we're on the floor in the studio. Anyway, quick one today. Well, quickish. We'll see how quickly it goes. I don't know. This could be a disaster. And also, I'm already realizing that I've forgotten something that I need, and I'm all mic'd up. So I'm gonna go get that first. So I'll be back. So I thought it's Monday morning. I've done all the tasks that I need to do. The laundry's done. The house is cleaned. It's 9 in the morning, and before I get working, because I have so much to do this week, I have a show coming up, and nowhere near ready. I think that's a nice way of putting it. So what better thing to do than repot a plant? So the plant we are going to be repotting today together is my pink princess philodendron. Look, let's be honest, it's not the pinkest pink princess. It's got one leaf down here which is on the way out that has really nice pink, and then like it's got little flecks. Some of the newer growth has more because up there it lives on a top shelf. I'm trying to give it as much flip and light as possible to try and just force it to be pink. But I also see, like, there's a section of stem here, I don't know if it's going to come out, that has a buttload of pink, so I'm hoping to promote pink with that. But what I also want to do is, before I repot it, I'm going to chop a bit off. I think I'm going to do it on the other stem. So over here, I don't know if you can see. Also, why I'm holding this up in the cover pot. The cover pot makes it heavy. Oh, that's so much better. I didn't water it yesterday when I did watering, so now it's really light. So if you can see over here, these are little nodes, and if I cut underneath the node, like about there, that means that I can propagate off of him. And what I'm going to do is prop this top section with the 3 leaves, and I'm going to plant it outside. We have an area where I have quite a lot of philodendrons planted, and they seem really happy. The aim is to plant him in that bed, her, in that bed outside, to climb up the tree, and 1, see if I can get really big leaves, and 2, see if it promotes more pink. So I'm going to do an inside and an outside, guys, a little experiment. But dem roots. So I'm going to put a picture up somewhere on the screen of what it looked like when I got it, which was only, when was it, end of November, December? It's grown a lot. So I thought it is time to repot. So we're going up from this size to this size. I feel like that's an okay-ish jump. I don't want to scare the roots too much because we shouldn't really be doing it now. We're going out of growing season, but oh well. And I've also, stupid excuse for a pole that I've got this on, I've made it a new pole. Cocoa coir. Yeah, really easy to just shove one of these in. So I thought, let's give it some actual something. I can't speak today. It's proper Monday day. Anyway, basically I've just made it a pole that it can actually attach its aerial roots to, is what I'm trying to say. But also I asked you on Instagram if you had any questions, so I'm going to answer some questions because people actually ask questions. I was very surprised while I do this and get soil all over the floor apparently. So let's start this. I should probably point this down so you can see what I'm doing. I realise now that you can't see the floor, which is kind of the point of a repotting, isn't it? So it's a terrible angle, but hey, you can also start to see the mess that is studio. I also happen to know that when I do this, I'm going to crop off most of my head, but that's okay. You're here for the plants, you're not here for my head. Let's try and get this out. I'm literally just going to do it over the floor because I need to clean this floor anyway before I start working. Also, let's just get this poly pole out because It's not actually attached to it, so it doesn't really matter. And I will answer the first question. I had to scroll them on a piece of paper because I film on my phone. Let's see. So, first question is, what type of soil do you use when you repot your plant babies? It also links to the second question, so I'm going to do both of them in the same go. Do all plants thrive on the same soils? I should have written this nicely, I can't even read my handwriting. Do all plants thrive on the same soils, or does each plant need a specific soil mix? I think technically each plant needs its own soil mix, but I'm sort of quite lazy and I just use my same mix for pretty much everything. Depends, it does depend on what it is. So some need more perlite, some need a bit more peat in there to hold more moisture. It really depends on what it is. So like a cactus, you're going to want a really well draining soil as opposed to something like an anthurium. For me at least, I feel like they need a bit more moisture retaining mix, but I make my own mix. So this is my current go-to mix. It is a mix of, we have a brand called Michael's potting soil, which everyone raves about. I've not used it before, so this is my first time mixing it in. I normally just use like a standard potting soil and then mix it in with some orchid bark, so these nice big chips that aerates the soil, and also that's got some horticultural charcoal in there, an absolute buttload of pumice, not pumice, perlite, but also pumice would work. And is that it? Oh yeah, and there's just a couple of like leca balls in there, just because why not? So that's my go-to mix for pretty much everything. I've potted everything in this, to be honest. It's probably not the best thing to do, but it's everyone seems okay. So I'm gonna go with that works. There's no real ratios, to be honest, either. I just sort of like chuck stuff in until it looks about right. It's not like a half cup of this and a cup of that. It's chuck it in till it looks okay. So I hope that helps, sort of. It probably doesn't. I can do a more specific one. There's a lot of people who've already done soil mixes, so I don't know if that's really, maybe I could do it, I don't know. Anyway, so that's the soil that I use and we're going to be using for this. So first we need to see how much this bad boy needs. Also, this is actually 2 plants, which is quite handy. Maybe I should do 1 plant outside and 1 plant in here. The aim is to try and loosen it out because these roots, I'm definitely going to break some of these roots. Look how much they're coming out the bottom. Come out, my pretty. Oh dear. She's wedged in there hard. Okay. Oh, we're in or out. Oh my goodness. That is very root bound. Okay, moment of truth. Do I do 1 plot inside and 1 plot outside? Or do I cut? I'm gonna cut. I think I'm gonna cut. So before I start breaking this up, I think I'm gonna keep the really variegated one inside. And then chop it, chop, chop on this one. So I'm just gonna find where the nodes are and cut. Maybe should I do 3 leaves or 4 leaves? Let's do. Okay, it's best to just commit to these things. Yes, she's bleeding pink. That's incredibly satisfying. So, oh, there's actually quite a lot of new growth on here, so that's going to be cool. Totally nearly dropped on a painting. So you can kind of see, there you go, those are the nodes. So I'm going to wait for that to callus over, the edge bit that I've just chopped to callus over, and then I think I'm going to water prop. I have the best luck with water propagation, so we're just going to do that so you can sit over there and no longer be a part of this. Goodbye. And next question while we do the next thing. Best spot for a veggie garden? Well, as far as I know, okay, so we have a veggie garden. We've got a shade cloth because we're in South Africa and I feel like our sun is really strong here. And I think most veggies, not all of them, but most of them need 6 hours of sun. So I would say try and find a sunny spot, like you kind of, you know your house, you know your garden, so you can kind of tell like where gets morning sun, where gets afternoon sun. Morning sun is calmer, it's not as hot as afternoon sun. Afternoon sun is bakage. So I mean, our veggie garden is in full morning sun, and it gets full sun throughout the day, but it more direct morning sun. And it seems really happy there. So I would say basically anywhere where you have 6 hours of sun, like direct sunlight, but also just check what it is that you're planting, because some things don't like such intense heat. But again, veggie gardening is not really my specialty. I'm winging it, and I'll be frank with you guys, it's not going well. I don't really care about it enough. I should do, but I don't know, it just doesn't, yeah. I'm just trying to break these roots apart a little bit at the bottom, just to get them out of this bind, but I also don't want to get too aggressive about it. Ooh, this root ball is bad. Okay, next question. Gloves all the way or bare hands? Which do you prefer? Bare hands. I like getting my hands dirty. I really do. I'm one of those people who just does everything with bare hands and bare feet. I never wear shoes, really ever. Well, I do when I go to the shops, because obviously when I leave the house I wear shoes. At home I do not wear shoes at all, and I like the feeling of stuff on my hands. I like the feeling of dirt on my hands, I like the feeling of paint on my hands. Yeah, so bare hands all the way. I probably should use gloves, but I like being dirty. Have you potted any trimmings before, and did they flourish? Yes, I have. Most of my collection is actually from cuttings. That's probably actually about enough to layer onto. And on the whole, yeah, they've done pretty well. So it's mostly Hoyas. A lot of Hoyas have come from cuttings. They're doing pretty well. So I'm just looking at stuff that I've got in here, up over there on the wall. I can do some cut shots. I've got a linearis and a memoria, Hoya linearis and Hoya memoria, that are propagating in leca. 2 strands of the linearis are doing okay. One is doing pretty well, so we'll see. What else is cuttings? I've got an anthurium that's a cutting that's doing really well. Someone else started that for me though, so I can't claim that one. What else? I do a lot of propping and sharing, so I would say, yeah, pretty good success rate. Mostly propagate in water. A couple of things I'll propagate in soil, or spag and moss, like a really aerated soil mix, and that goes really nicely. In a bag also, I propagate everything in plastic bags. I don't have anything within reach, but if it's in soil or in spag, and not in water, it just goes straight in a bag. Zip that bad boy up, blow it up, and then put it like on my desk or on the magic windowsill, and then Bob's your uncle. Magic. So it's really hard to answer questions and do stuff at the same time. I thought it'd be easier. Okay, what else? I've read conflicting views on oh my goodness, I can't read my own handwriting. I've read conflicting views on putting drainage stones, I think that's what that word says, in pots. So just wanted to see what I do. I put drainage stones in my outside plants, but I don't put them in inside plants, and I don't know why. I guess it's because I just shove my outside plants in whatever soil, whereas inside plants, it's more of a custom job. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like the soil that I'm planting my inside plants in is more well catered. It's got better juju in it. Whereas outside plants, I'm just kind of like, we'll just put some rocks on the bottom and put some soil on top, and then like hope and pray. So I mean, maybe you should. I don't know. I think it's a personal thing, and it's very different for the plant. So like, I've got my Anthurium papillamillion and Syngonium rayi. Those are in not even passive hydro. I've got them in pots with drain holes at the bottom, and then they've, oh my goodness, trying to concentrate on 2 things is really difficult. I've got them in pots with drainage holes, and then there's quite a thick layer of leaker at the bottom, probably like 7 centimeters. So is that like 2 inches? I don't know, inches. And then that sits constantly in water, and then I've just planted them up normally in soil from there. And that has made a huge difference to my Anthurium. just because they need so much moisture. And the ray I was scared that I was going to kill because everyone was like, that plant is so insanely difficult. And it's loving that too. So I think it's very plant dependent, but on the whole, I really don't. I'm looking at anything else. Nothing else has drainage stones in the bottom. But everyone is in a very well draining soil. So I guess you just need to make sure that your soil is very well draining because you don't want root rot, because that will kill everyone. It's taking more soil than I was anticipating, but it's all good. I'm gonna get you in there. Oh, it's gonna climb so nicely up this pole. I'm very excited. I do have one more question. It's not really a question, it's a statement. Your accent is weird. Where are you from? Thank you for thinking my accent is weird. I know it is weird. It's kind of a weird amalgamation of stuff at this point. So I was born in England, and we moved to South Africa, which is where I am now and I still live, in 1999. So for context, if someone is watching this in the distant future, it is March the 2nd, 2020. So I've been here for a very long time, but the accent has not died. I couldn't tell you why. Yeah, I think the accent's kind of become part of my identity at this point, because I know I'm never going to go back to England, but it's sort of still part of me. So I'm kind of glad that it hasn't gone away. I like it. So that's my weird accent. That's pretty much all the questions. It's actually really nice having questions to answer. So thank you for sending those through. Other waffly things while we're just getting the last bit of soil in here. I don't know if any of you follow Tyler Thrasher. He is incredible. He's a wizard and just all round good egg from what I can tell from watching him on social media and being a patron of his. So if you know Patreon, it's a platform for creators where they can set up kind of like reward systems. So if you pledge X amount of money to them each month, then you receive exclusive rewards, I guess, that are set by that creator. So I'm a patron of Tyler for $5 each month, and then we get sort of exclusive access to some of his cool stuff that he makes, and he gives us a lot of planting information. Just awesome. Awesome dude, awesome content, makes art, super knowledgeable and passionate about plants, and a really interesting sort of stance on society in general. So anyway, really cool. And he's just launched a plant journal that launched yesterday. So I'm very excited because my 30th birthday present, my birthday's coming up in a few weeks, is his newly launched Grow a Damn journal. Rosie's here. I'm so excited about that. So yes, Rosie, it's all very exciting. Hello. So if you are looking for a plant journal where you can track the growth of your plants and be a responsible plant parent, then I would definitely go and support the Grow a Damn journal. International shipping is basically the same as the journal. It's $20, I think, for international shipping, but $25 for the journal itself, which honestly I think is incredibly fair. So much work has gone into that and it looks beautiful, so I'll pay that. I'll pay that to support somebody. Well, James will pay that to support somebody because it's my birthday present, but you know what I mean. So yeah, that launched yesterday and it reached its funding goal in like 3 hours. So I feel like a proud friend, and I shouldn't do because I don't know Tyler at all, but like I think he's the absolute bee's knees. So I'm like, you know, when you followed someone for a while and then you can see them getting the success that you feel like they actually deserve. So like it sounds really silly, but like I'm really proud of him and I'm really happy for him. So yeah, anyway, so that's my little plug for Tyler because there's stretch goals now on the campaign, which is awesome. Anyway, so I'm just sort of bonding, is that right? Ooh, this keeps on flaring so much, sorry guys. I'm just binding this now to the pole, and I like doing this with florist tape. So this stuff, I feel like it's gentle on the plants. I don't want to like do too much, so she's still got movement there, but the tape still keeps it secure enough, she says as the tape comes off. The tape still keeps it secure enough to actually bind it on, and it should keep it in place. Because I don't know if you've used florist tape before, it's like slightly sticky, but I think it does the job nicely. This, I've actually kind of put a little bit too far from the pole, but it's fine. Where's an aerial root? There's a root forming. Let's get you in there and around here, or maybe under here. Okay, didn't make a long enough piece. That was stupid. Okay. What else is news, guys? We're just like waffly talking. I'm not the greatest at it, I'm not going to lie to you. Other exciting news, I guess, from a personal perspective. So I don't think I've told you on the channel here, but I'm very excited. Obviously, I'm very excited about it. But James and I got engaged. Yes, neighbor dog. He's excited too. Yeah, so that's my exciting personal news is we got engaged. It's been a month. We got engaged a month ago, so I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Yay! So that's my personal news for you guys, which is I'm very excited about it. So I hope you're excited too. If you follow this and you have any interest in my personal life as opposed to just plants, that's my news for you. And I'm very excited about it. And Rosie's excited about it too, aren't you, Rosie? Yes, don't put your face in the soil. Okay. Hello? I don't know what's happening. She's just sitting here and purring. Guys, she's actually asleep. Oh, the dog woke her up. Anyway, we're in. Pink Princess is in. There you go. It is now in its new big home. We're going to give it a nice water in. It's going to climb up this pole, hopefully, and make huge leaves. Very exciting. I was going to do another plant as well, but I do not have the time for that. So that can be a mission for another day. I want to transfer Peacefully into Leka. I really like Peace Lilies. I really want to get a spathiphyllum domino. I love them. I know people are weird about Peace Lilies. Oh my word. But I like them. Anyway, this is still bleeding its little pink blood, but we're just going to wait for its callus over and then prop, and then outside it's going to go once it's got roots, which is pretty exciting. Yay. Needed to do that for a very long time, so that is a good job done. Once it stopped barking, oh, it set all of the neighborhood dogs off now. Once the barking stopped, I will sign off. We'll do more of these. I quite like these more like cash vibes. I'm also planning on doing a vlog. I've started filming one. I don't think it's going to be very interesting though, so I might not post it. Anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed a little chatty repot. And I will see you guys next time for another planty video. If you want to follow me on Instagram, you can leave me questions and stuff on Instagram. That's where the questions today came from. You can find me at leafy.greenfingers. And if you want to follow my art Instagram, that would be aces too. That's at liffyjoy with no dot, just liffyjoy with an E. I don't know why people don't put the E in my name. It's not a difficult name, but Liffeyjoy. Oh. Okay, I'm definitely going to sign off now, also because I have a butt ton of work to do. But at least the pink princess is planted up. Okay. I really am going to go now. Thank you so much, and I will see you guys next time. Bye. She's in. She's in position, people. It's official. She's in. She's ready to climb. She's got bright light to make that pink more pink. We are ready. Yes, we are, dog. We are ready to roll. It is exciting. See you guys next time.